Today we have with us the Jeep Compass in Sport variant, and the color is Exotica Red. What you notice as the first element in the front is this 7-slot grille and LED reflector lamps. Along with that we have center air dams which are here and here. Now coming to the side, you will notice a tradition that Jeep has carried forward into the Compass as well. The trapezoidal wheel arch and the 5-spoke alloy wheels are an homage to the tradition that Jeep maintains and the legacy that Jeep carries. This is a 17-inch alloy wheel and the color mimics the grille in the front. Along with that, we have a 225 mm tire width with a 60 profile. So it will keep you planted on the roads and have a very soft and firm ride depending on what the terrain offers. With a ground clearance of 178 mm and quite a lot of space between the wheel arch and the top of the tire, you can be rest assured if you take the car off the beaten path, you may not need to worry about your underbody being scraped. Now that we're in the car, I'd like to start off with the key. So this key comes in the Sport variant. It's nice and hefty, it's got a rugged feel, probably like how the Compass drives. So the Sport variant comes with a key which you have to put into the cluster. Upon starting the car, the first thing I notice is we've got a 3.4-inch instrument cluster which is digital. I get a door warning, I have my gear shift indicator. Along with that, I have 2 dials which show the speed and the RPM. They are very well laid out and I can see them even in this glare. Now speaking of the steering wheel, it's nice and hefty. It's got the perfect size. Here I have cruise control settings in the petrol automatic variant from the base, which is the Sport variant. I have these options here which I can use the menu inside the instrument cluster. Now to remove the clutter from the steering wheel, what Jeep has done is use the volume buttons and the tuner buttons in the rear. So it's very convenient for me to use the music and the radio whenever I wish to. All in all, it's quite ergonomic. Here I have an 8.4-inch touchscreen which has mostly the same settings and the same layout as the top variant, although it's just not larger in size. I have the backup camera view which is constant. It gives me a good clarity. I have the dynamic steering adjustability settings also here. So whenever I turn my steering, even the logo here changes. I have, which is one of the most important features, efficiency feature which is called auto stop start. Whenever my car is at a halt and if the inside temperature is of a desired temperature, the motor will switch off and the connection will go onto the battery. This will help me save fuel, and whenever I lift my foot off the brake, the engine will come back on. So that's very helpful. Along with that, I have the traction control off mode, I have parking sensor off mode, and moreover, the best part that I like about the car is the air conditioning vents are so well integrated into the design, you may not even notice these on the side here. The soft touch fabric here is also nice. I've got some soft touch material here, and this design element that they have here, it just makes the car look superb. Actually far better than the BS4 design. The base model in the BS6 for me looks far better than the BS4 top model also. Along with that, I have a Type C port here, a Type B port, and here is my automatic transmission setting, which is an electronic parking brake as well as parking, reverse, neutral and drive. It's very well laid out, it's very ergonomic. It gives me the sense of space. I have place to put my phone here. I have this rubberized pattern space that I can put my phone here. So it's a good ergonomic design. It gives me the sense that I'm in a very premium car. So even though this is a base variant, I have electronically adjustable rear view mirrors. The front 2 windows are automatically down function, and I can even unlock my car from here, and so can the passenger on the side. So this in total gives you all of the features one needs, and it fulfills them with full passion. It's actually quite comfortable here. We have a very soft fabric seats, 60-40 split setup. Along with that, we have adjustable headrest, armrest which comes as standard with 2 cup holders, And they've also got a rubberized pattern to keep your cups stationary. The armrest is also wide enough to have two hands resting upon very comfortably. We have a centered air conditioning vent in the rear. Along with that, we have USB Type B socket, a 12 volt charging socket, and roof lamps on both sides to give us visibility even in the night in the rear seats. So we are sitting in the Model S variant of the Compass. It is available in the petrol automatic, diesel manual and the diesel automatic 4x4 transmission. As you can notice here, this is the 4x4 automatic transmission. In the 4x4 transmission, we have a select terrain mode which is sand and mud, snow and auto, which will give the car the best traction and performance as per the terrain's requirement. With that, we have a 4-wheel drive lock, hill descent, 4-wheel drive low ratio as well as auto hold. Auto hold feature is a very important feature wherein if you do not want the car to crawl ahead on a stop, on a traffic signal or when you've halted the car, you can turn this feature on and you need not put the car in park mode. Now as you notice in the Model S, the whole interior is black. The roof is black, the seats are black, the leather upholstery is also black. But this tone that they've added here in the Model S gives it a very premium finish. With that, we have a wireless charger in the front. Both the seats, the driver side and the passenger side, have ventilation, and so does the passenger have electronic seat adjustment. Now coming to the elephant in the room, we have a 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster in the center. It has so many modes. It shows me what the range is. I can check the trip info, off-road modes. There's audio mode wherein whatever music I'm listening to I can see here. I've got stored settings, and the best part is when I put it into digital mode, it just looks stunning. That's all that I need. What speed my car's going at and what RPM I am at. This is what a sport mode should actually be like. Now up here on the roof, you'll notice there's a button here which is the hydraulic boot lid opening. It comes in very handy when a lot of people are coming with luggage and you need not go back and open the boot yourself. You just need to press this button and the boot will open automatically. Just beside that, you'll notice this small lamp that illuminates from here, and this light falls on the center here on this side. So even when I'm driving at night, I need not get distracted by turning these lamps on and losing my focus. So Jeep has really gone into the details of trying to make the driver's life as easy as possible. As my colleague Annie is in the car, I would like to show you some details about the rear inside of the cabin. For instance, the leather interiors, which are nice and soft. You've got adjustable armrest as well as headrest. And in the armrest you might also notice it's quite broad and it's got a rubber pattern inside to keep your cups and all very steady. You may also notice you've got air conditioning vents, a USB Type B socket as well as a 12 volt charger. All in all, the space inside is quite ample. You get good under thigh support, and along with that you also have two roof lamps in the top, both sides, to give you visibility in the night as well.